I love cookies.
Cookies are good, but cookie dough's better. Just cookie dough by itself.
Cookie dough is better. I agree with that.
Yep.
I really like cookie dough. I just got blessed with random cookie. This is the Block Party of Minecraft podcast, episode 192. We're your hosts, Bearded Sloth.
And Little C.
Get all our info at theblockpartymc.com.
Now let's get the block party started.
Yay, it is a party! How long is this party going on? It's been going on for 192 weeks.
That's a long party.
That's a very long party.
I think everyone's left by now.
I think it might be time to end the party. I
all
don't
left.
know.
They've wandered away. They got lost. The police shut down the party.
I mean, I love doing the podcast. It's fun. I like audio. I like doing the video stuff now. But I think, at some point, there's probably got to come to an end, right? We talked about this a little bit last episode. If you have no clue what we're talking about, go listen to episode 191. We do have comments this week, which is nice, right? But they really don't have much to do with Minecraft. They have to do with the podcast. And so we're going to get right into that. The first comment this week comes from Deflective Gamer 78 from the contact form. They did go on our website and fill out the form. So that's definitely a great way to do that. Please don't quit the podcast. You're funny. You make good content. And most importantly, you are never going to guess what I like the most. I like all of it, except, what's this going to be? The changelogs.
Yeah. There we go. Hashtag changelog haters.
And Deflective Gamer continues here. Yes, Little C, I didn't forget my blanket and pillow.
Heck yeah. It's a great time. It's great to have in the podcast because it's a nice time. You can take a nap. You can get some nice sleep, some nice rest throughout your day while listening to the show. And it's a long show. You need that nap in between to survive the rest of it.
I am going to say, I don't know how I feel about this because I'm the one that does the change logs. So
no comment.
So, what's that say about me? Okay. Well, I hear you, Deflective Gamer. Yeah, we're not. So the whole topic about quitting the podcast.
If we quit, it's going to be at episode 200.
Yeah, I think
that's a good number.
I think we're going to at least get 200. I like that. If, let's say we get a whole bunch of support or something, which doesn't look likely, we've asked for subscribers. Our goal was 15 subscribers. We started at 5 and we're actually down to 4. So we're going the wrong way. So, and we're not getting a lot of comments every week, right, on Minecraft and stuff. So I'm guessing people might not be playing as much, or I'm not sure what's going on. So I just feel like it's probably a good time to start letting go of this podcast, which that kind of makes me sad, right, Little C? I mean, it's bittersweet, right? I like doing the podcast, but then there's a part of me that's, okay, well, it's time to quit, but then I'll be sad when it's gone, and
I don't think I'll be sad because we got to the point of it's ending on a happy note. Like
that is true.
We're not ending because any reason. We're just ending.
No.
I think that's the thing is if we choose to end it, it's going to be better than if we just keep doing it.
Ending on top. I mean, our numbers are better than they've ever been as far as listenership and everything like that. I think we're close to 40,000 plays, right? Total, which is pretty good. It's consistent, and it's consistently just very slowly growing. We're not really doing anything to promote it too much, so I mean, I'm not expecting crazy numbers, but at the same time, there's plenty of, I think people are getting their changelogs, for instance, in different ways. And you and I haven't necessarily been playing all that much. And are we really bringing anything more to the table?
Motivated to do it, I guess, at least for me.
Now the question I do have for you, Little C, do we go ahead and open up all the episodes and just let them be there?
Probably
forever then?
I'd say maybe wait a few weeks after we end, but then at a certain point, then
Right.
maybe even open up the after
and
hours.
We appreciate all you listeners.
Just open everything up kind of thing. And then just turn off subscribers too, so people aren't throwing their money at something that's not active.
I fully planning on ending the subscriptions and everything like that. And if you want to go back and listen to us, maybe you're just new, right? Maybe you're just coming into this now and you're like, wait, I just found an awesome podcast and they're leaving.
There's plenty of episodes.
There's plenty of episodes there, lots of content.
And we'll probably keep the brand
TBP. Absolutely.
We'll probably keep the website. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably keep the website up. I might
Discord will
lower
probably
it down a little bit.
The Discord will probably stay up.
Yeah, for sure.
It won't be.
Right, and maybe every once in a while, maybe occasionally we'll just jump in and
random
do
episode,
one, right? But nothing
consistent. No promises.
Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. So that's where we're at with it. Let us know what you think. Are you okay with that? Do you understand where we're coming from? Anything like that. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you, Deflective Gamer, for putting your 2 cents in there. But I disagree with you. The changelogs best part ever.
I forgot my blanket and pillow today. This is a problem.
All right, let's move on. Did we get any other comment?
Our next comment comes from Radio Guy. I forgot my comment this week, but I did do a listener question.
There you go. Yeah, and I think he put that after last week's episode when he realized, I didn't put a comment in. But yes, thank you, Radio Guy. I know you get your comments in very often, and we appreciate those. If you want to get a comment in before we end the show for good, you have about 2 months, it looks like. So,
yeah.
Get those in. Yeah, the website, contact form, right? You can also join our Discord from there. That's the best way. There's a channel there just for comments. Make sure to get those in. We like to talk about Minecraft, so let's talk. What are you doing in Minecraft?
Speaking of that, yes, you do anything in Minecraft this week?
Well, I have a note here on what I want to talk about in Minecraft. Minecraft is fun.
Anything to go with that there? BS? Anything at all? You're gonna add anything to it? Any reasoning? Any stories?
Well, that's all I put in the comment.
Did you play? Did you do anything?
So I don't recall playing Minecraft this week. I don't actually think I messed with the AMP server. I didn't watch the movie this week. No, I guess I didn't do much with Minecraft this week.
Disappointing.
Sorry, it happens.
I kind of played Minecraft. A friend of mine asked if I wanted to join a random SMP that he had on Java.
Right.
And it's very chaotic. It's kind of anarchy. There's not that many rules, but there's you can't grief bases, but you can steal stuff. Basically, make your own morals to the server. Just don't grief stuff.
So somewhat anarchy.
Yeah, it's hybrid.
Property.
It's hybrid anarchy. So it's anarchy.
Gotcha.
Just don't be a complete butt.
Right.
No. And I think Netherite's currently banned, but that's gonna change once they do the end fight, just to make PvP last less.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
And then I don't know what they'll do, if they'll keep Elytras or not, but it's kind of just that. So I joined his team thing or whatever on the server.
Right.
And yeah, I got full diamond armor in 2 hours of playing. I forgot how easy this game is.
Yeah, the game is.
Honestly, I got all that before even going to the player, the base of the player I was basing with.
Oh, wow.
So before anything, that was just me. I got a bunch of diamonds.
That's awesome.
And I got enough to make an enchantment table, and then I'm like, oh wait, he probably already has one. So I didn't make an enchantment table, but I had all the stuff to make one. Java spawn rates are insane for how many animals are spawning everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I was just walking, and there were animals everywhere. I got multiple stacks of all the different animal food.
I feel like even Bedrock, it seems like there's more animals than there used to be.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
but still, it was a big difference.
Yeah.
And also
and that makes it even easier, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's
the offhand. I forgot. It's so nice
part of it.
just to have.
The offhand, yeah.
It's just nice to have. And honestly, I use it mostly just to rearrange my hotbar.
What do you mean by that?
Let's say I have my sword in slot 1 and my pickaxe in slot 3.
Okay.
I put my pickaxe in my offhand and then put my sword and switch them and then put them back instead of going into my inventory. So I can do it while running or whatever.
Yeah. Cool.
Plus having food or torches or whatever.
Right. Yep.
I've been playing with shaders on too because I'm on Java.
Nice.
Might as well.
Might as well. And you got the equipment.
Makes me excited for vibrant visuals to be able to play all the time with something that looks good.
I'm looking forward to vibrant visuals for sure. Like, it's amazing.
You're looking forward to it. You're going to be over here. Your computer's going to be struggling.
I'm going to have to build a computer.
I mean, you can run it. You'll just have to turn down render distance.
Right. Yeah. I'll be curious how well mine does or doesn't do. I mean, I'm overclocking my PC all the time. Like, it's
not technical overclocking, but like kind of overclocking. Yeah,
just enough. It's basically built-in MSI software on it. And even right now, as we record, I'm overclocking it. And it does all right. I can play Truck Sim now on most upper settings.
Yeah, but you play at 20 FPS and you're like,
FPS
this is fine.
A little down.
Dude, I
it's
can't.
actually about 40.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't play that low.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not capable of doing it.
Dude, I grew up with old school Atari and
fine
Mario.
In old school games, but I can't, especially when it's like a first person game. There is no way that I can play low FPS.
The show that I recently found, which I need to talk about that. I forgot to put that in show notes, but the FPS on it, I don't know where you got, but it's super low.
Is it really?
It's super low, and I think it's because it's UK based.
Or
I think it's
are you only watching it on computer?
I am watching it on computer.
Have you only watched it on computer? It's a Jellyfin client on.
Okay.
It's the FPS is weird on desktop.
Yeah, it's something.
Phone doesn't do
weird.
that.
I got
TV usually doesn't.
Yeah, but it doesn't usually bother me.
It bothers me.
I can play it lower
because
FPS.
I play at around like in Minecraft. I'm 80 is my lowest drop, and like so I have a 165 hertz monitor. So if it's not 165, anything lower than that I notice. Anything higher than that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean my monitors are 100. I run the one at 60 all the time.
Like Halo,
and the other one I have set at 100, but
I play
rarely do I hit it.
165. It's consistent. It never drops really in Halo. I've played like I had my monitor settings as 60 one time. It reset back down.
Yeah,
I noticed it and I played worse, like by a lot, and it was very noticeable.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I haven't paid that much.
Nice having more
what FPS was like old school PS3?
PS3 was probably 60. I think PS2 was 30.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with all that stuff. I don't know.
It depends on the game. Like if I'm playing Stardew Valley, FPS doesn't matter. For some reason, I notice FPS so much in Minecraft.
Huh.
I notice it a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I would too much. Maybe.
I think once
you
get...
I remember watching a lot of videos back in the day, and a lot of people were recording on stuff that they shouldn't be. And I remember noticing that often, right? And I'm like, oh, look. And usually they were playing on Java. And I'm like, oh, Java just stinks. But that's just because they had a crappy computer.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Like just you played on that SMP? Have you played in Jericho much?
No. I think I might have logged on. Did I talk about the texture pack thing last week? I forget.
Which one?
The animation pack that I found.
I don't know.
I don't think I did. So I didn't find it. Everyone and their mom uses it on r/Minecraft.
Right.
What's it called? Actions and stuff on Minecraft Marketplace on Bedrock. Super cool animation pack. I hate that it's on Marketplace, but whatever. They can't put it other places because it's on Marketplace.
There's a pack that I really wish wasn't on Marketplace.
But it's really cool animations, all kinds of stuff. Like in your hand, the water bucket is like a 3D model, and the water swishes around, and just super cool stuff. Very detailed. Lots of fun stuff to it. So that's cool.
I do like the animation.
It was on
packs.
sale for like a day, so it was like $3. So
I'm
like,
kind of sad we took the one off Jericho.
This is so much better than that. It's very over the top. It feels like the Minecraft trailers.
Yeah.
If you take that animation, goofy, over the top animations to everything, that's what the actions and stuff feels like. And it has a full texture pack too. I use the one that's like the like the 3D items.
Okay.
So that's their texture pack.
Yeah.
But then everything else is default. Their texture pack's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I really like using them. I wish I could find one. The problem with anything that's not marketplace is most of the time the creators aren't keeping up on their packs, right?
Well,
They
yeah,
don't
with the
keep
marketplace, you know
updating.
it's going to get updated.
Right.
Because
Eventually.
has to.
Yep, exactly. And I don't know. That's the problem with any add-ons in general that I've had is you find one that's really awesome. You're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to put this on this server. And then they don't update it. And then it breaks stuff. And then it's like, oh, well, now I got to take it off. And then people are sad, right? And that's kind of how we started with Jericho season 2. Was it was completely vanilla. We didn't even have one player sleep on it. And part of that reason was that the only packs I allowed for a long time were ones that I literally am the one that created them because I knew I could keep up on them. And this is the reason, is what we're running into now. I would love to be able to create my own, let's say, mob head pack or something, but there's a lot involved, a lot of time and things like that. And maybe I'll get to it eventually. But all the ones I find, they're just not staying updated, or they're not that great, or whatever, or they're now on marketplace and you can't get them otherwise. That's hard for me. And I guess from Mojang or Microsoft's point of view, that kind of pushes people to their official servers on Realms, right? And creating that, because you can use marketplace stuff on there. But I like the customization we get with on a server and stuff. And we are talking about hosting a super private server from our home kind of thing. And, you know, I don't want to have to pay the price for Realm, right? It's not bad, but let's just say it's more than what I'm paying for the server, right? Plus you're limited. You can only have so many players. And like right now, I think we have Jericho set for 33 players at a time. I don't know if it could quite handle that, but we could always bump up our package and it would. So like that, those kind of things. I get where the creators are coming from, but some really good creators that were making packs that were available for free, maybe from their website directly, and they've switched to marketplace exclusively, because also that's something, it's not necessarily their fault. If you're gonna go on marketplace doesn't allow you to have it available elsewhere for free. You got any thoughts on this, Little C?
I mean, I get that you want it to be set, like they want it not to be other places if it's on marketplace, but also it's kind of dumb. Like, you're the as the creator, you should do whatever the heck you want with it,
right?
And but
they just don't allow it. So
in the contract, so
yep, and you gotta abide by that.
Yeah,
and I get that, but yeah, it's frustrating for us as the player, and especially server owner.
As a player, I don't care. I mean, if you want it on marketplace, I'm just probably not gonna buy it.
Right.
Like, I bought this one pack, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Most things I'll just find an alternative because there's plenty.
All right. Well, and most of this talk, like Java players, right? They're going to come back and say, "Oh, that's why Java's better." I get it.
They have much more mod options and like non-marketplace, and they can do stuff because they can client mod.
Well, that is true, but that opens up a whole new problem too.
I don't know what you. I don't think there's really a new problem overall for the
cheating
game.
And things like that.
You have that on Bedrock.
It
doesn't matter.
You do.
People are gonna find a way to hack a game no matter what.
That is
so.
True. I
might as well let us have.
I still don't know how I feel about the add-ons and them allowing achievements still with add-ons.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a weird one. All right, let's talk about real life. We do have real lives. Can you believe it?
I know, it's crazy.
So this week, yesterday, I see you have this in your notes too. Choir did a Good Friday service, basically. So ran sound for that. I think it went well.
It was fine. I wouldn't say it went good. It was good. Like, not the choir's fault and not our fault. It's just we don't really have what we need to make them sound good.
I thought the choir sounded pretty good.
The speakers did not. Also, I went back and listened on
my part of it.
the very last minute recording we did.
Yeah.
And it was, I almost don't want to use it.
Yeah, okay.
It's not great. But
yeah, I kind of wondered.
If we had more time, I would have set up crowd mics, and that would have helped.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Yep. That's the weird thing. People always come to us like it's literally a minute
5 minutes before, yeah.
Hey, you're recording this, right?
No
nobody asked us to.
Yeah.
It's highly frustrating.
We only live stream our Sunday service. We never live stream special
And then
events.
people were complaining yesterday. I was getting pretty frustrated at that. They're complaining that we're not live streaming it. I'm like,
one, no one asked us. Two,
that's a whole nother
there's all kinds
process.
of tech issues with that then.
And we probably need somebody else back there and ready to go. And, it's just, people don't get it. They just think all we do is push one button and it goes.
Yeah.
There's way more to it. But it was good overall. It was a great service. I love the message they're portraying in it, and the songs were fine. And I was I don't happy with
style.
what I could do
Yeah.
with the mics. And I think it's the best that I've done since I've been doing this with the choir.
Yeah.
Right. I think we've solved one of the problems.
Mm-hmm.
One of the problems was they were using the regular floor monitor
that we
wedges
used for Praise Band.
that we used for Praise Band. They've been using those for years, and it's so much feedback
into the mics
and stuff. So we eliminated those. We just shut them off.
Yeah. And that worked well because we got another one.
And they have one above them, and that's all we used for the choir. And then we got another one just for the director.
Yeah.
And it worked perfectly as far as that goes. So I'm very thrilled with that. Had some problem with the narrator.
But that's because we didn't, if we had more wireless mics, they could have had those or something.
Yeah, but that presents more problems. I actually talked to them after and holding that and running the computer and
that's what notes we could have done that with mic stands. So we would have been fine if we had the mics.
Yeah, we could have figured that out. Yeah, okay. And all right, that's enough about choir. I'm going to go on a rant if we don't watch it. I've been playing around with thin clients, just old junk, recycled stuff.
Truly junk.
Truly junk. Yeah, they're the one I have is really bad. It literally only has 3.8 gigs of storage total.
Storage,
and
not RAM. Storage.
3.8 gigs. And it's not upgradable. Well, not easily, right? It's just a flash basically on the board itself kind of thing. Very mini, tiny, thin client. And I wanted to see what I could do with it. I tried to find a few Linux distros that were small enough. I thought I found one. It keeps failing. I got to figure out why it's failing or try to find something else. I'm trying to just find something fun to do with it. Just play with it. And things like that. Now you can't upgrade the RAM. The funny thing is I could easily give it way more RAM than it has storage, which is just weird. I did think about a retro gaming, like emulator type thing.
Those actually have to be pretty good. I don't think that would do it well.
I think
you would. You need a lot more storage.
Would you though?
Yeah,
like those games are not
okay.
big.
If you want more than one game, and then the emulator itself is usually like a few gigs.
I'm talking like old school, like Atari or original Nintendo. Those games are tiny.
But the emulators for like original Nintendo are fairly. Yeah. You're gonna need something.
I've been looking into it, and maybe even USB storage, right, of some sort. That might be an option.
I don't know,
that
man.
part of it. Just something to run.
I think they're actual e-waste. I think.
What's funny is like they're in production still.
Yeah.
Which,
they work for what they were used for.
Right.
It's just I don't think there's many uses outside of that.
Yeah, but I did find another one that's better than that one, right? It's actually got 16 gigs of storage, so we're moving up.
Whoa.
And it's upgradable. It is SATA. It's a SATA M.2. And you can upgrade that, I think, up to 64. And right now it's 16.
Whoa, so much storage.
Right, but at least you can do something with that, right? I was able to get Windows 11 on that 16
That's
gigs.
not going to run well.
I was able to do it, and I could browse the web.
Barely.
I can.
It was probably laggy.
I can remote into
another
another
trust
machine.
You. I don't trust you saying stuff works because it would be running at 3 frames a second, and you'd be like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life."
Hey, I'm just saying,
so
I made
don't
it
trust
work.
You.
I am not planning on running Windows 11 on it. That's not my goal. I just want to see if I could do it, and I did. So that's cool. The ultimate goal for these actually is to make them as like a client of some sort to basically receive an RTSP stream feed
and automatically display it.
Automatically display it for several TVs within our church,
network.
basically. And then, like in the nursery, in places like that, anywhere you have a network connection. So I got to look into what that might look like. It might just be command line stuff, and then it just shows up. And I think that's probably the best bet. So there's a lot to learn for me to even wrap my head around what needs done with that. I think that would be ultimate goal. I think I'm a long ways away from that. But it's been fun playing with old stuff like that. I love flashing new, OSs on stuff, and it's cool to me. All right. Yesterday. So I was at work at our headquarters place, and, a special day, Good Friday and everything. And there was a vendor of some sort that was actually selling like cheese and sausages and pickles and things, a food distribution truck thing. And he comes around, and so I had samples, and so I was trying some, and I found some really good ghost pepper cheese spread. Really good. Super spicy, like incredibly spicy.
I don't know. I took a bite, and like a fairly large bite of it, and like, okay, it's spicy, but I could eat a lot of this and be fine.
You took one small bite.
Fairly like average. That's how much cheese I'd put on something.
I did start to regret it this morning when I first woke up, and I think I'm gonna regret it at lunch again.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it kind of goes through you a little bit. But really tasty. It was
really good.
Really tasty. Yeah, and the cheese is so good. Out of Wisconsin, of course. Where else would good cheese come from? So I was happy to have that. Let's see. Oh, do you have a life?
Yeah, kind of. Had a fairly busy week.
Did you?
Say. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, every day I had to do stuff. Which
for
me is busy.
Had to do something.
On Monday, we both went to like a 3D printing class type thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was cool.
Like a 101 on basic 3D printing stuff. And it was just cool to talk to people, whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of that is just networking with other people. I did pick up a few new things, though. I didn't realize they had like a soft type of material instead of PLA and for 3D printing, so I definitely want to do some stuff. And it was cool to see
the one guy did a lot of designing and stuff, and he actually made like his own PTZ camera or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really awesome. He took an old school camcorder.
I mean, not old school, but yes, that
right,
style.
The handheld to you, that's old school.
No, it's not. It's not like those are still used. It's just.
Anyways,
they've been used for a long time.
He had that, and he made a mount where he could then control it, and he had an app on his phone that he controlled the motors inside, and he 3D printed the mount and everything for it, which is awesome. It took him like almost
months.
A year.
Yeah,
he said.
I think it was during COVID, so they didn't have cameramen to do it.
So that was cool to see that, and I picked up some cool things about 3D printing. So it kind of got me a little bit hyped. I'm ready to get back into the 3D printing thing and see what we can do. I do want to find that little articulated little dinosaur guy.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And then Tuesday, I did tech for a special event at church. They came in and had an event banquet thing. It was like a basketball awards, a banquet or whatever for their end of the season.
Yep.
And it was like the whole league or whatever. So there was a lot of different teams, like of all the teams of the league, and not the league of the, what is it called? Like organization.
Sure.
Whatever. I don't know what it is. A bunch of basketball teams that are all the same team, just different ages.
Yep.
And I was expecting that. I got there at 4:30 because I had to be there to like set up stuff.
Okay.
And to let them, in the building kind of thing.
Right.
And then the one person ended up being late, so I couldn't get that set up, which was fun.
And when did it officially start?
It started at 6.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
And it
that's
started
not bad. You figure 4:30 to what?
It's
7?
6. So 6, and it started a bit late just because the one person didn't have the video able to play on computer, so they had to upload it to Google Drive and then wait for it to process and everything to play. And then after,
people are so unprepared with tech, aren't they?
And then after that, so like from the person who also runs Sound at our church, he was like, yeah, last year it went to like 7:30, 8-ish or whatever. I got home by 8 kind of thing. So I was expecting it to be that long. And then it got around to about 7:20, and I'm like, they've gone through like 1.5 of the teams with their like speeches and their awards and everything, and they're still going like a lot.
Oh man.
And it kept going. The event itself did not end till 10 o'clock. 4 hours of an event. I felt bad for the audience. My goodness. They had like snacks and food and stuff, but still. And then so I didn't get home till like 10:30 because I had to stay after and tear down some stuff.
Very unprepared people to run the event. It sounds. But your side of it, did it work?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like one person who didn't hold the one mic close enough.
You can't help
whatever
people that can't hold a mic. I don't get it. Why is it so hard? Like, you can see our mic placement.
I think some people just don't know.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't have time to talk to anyone. I had no idea who was speaking at all. I knew like very little going into this, which was also fun.
Yeah.
But like, there
lack
was like
of preparation.
6
not on your part.
There was
on
like
their part.
8 or 9 different people talking. So
wow,
a lot of adjusting.
Wow. Yeah.
Because it's all the same mic. Because we only have one.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry for you.
It was fine.
But you got through it, right?
Yeah.
And it was successful.
And I'll get paid for it eventually.
Nice. Yeah.
Church processing of payment takes forever.
Right. Yeah. They got to get it all. You should be all right there. But that's cool. That's awesome that you have the skills to be able to help in that way. All right.
I went on a bike ride yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I was like,
nice.
I got an app on my phone to track it because I was curious. Because like last year I went on bike rides and I'm like, I wonder how far that was, and just never knew. So I found an app that tracks like distance or whatever, and top or like average speed. So I averaged about 10 miles an hour, which on a bicycle seems reasonable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's good. I went for 7.5 miles.
Okay.
And it was like fairly windy, windier than I was expecting when I started.
Yeah, wind on bikes.
So that's
it's something
fun.
Yeah, especially if you're going into the wind.
I was too for a lot of it. So that was fun.
You don't realize how powerful wind is till you're out on a bicycle.
My legs were very sore yesterday. It was.
It's good though.
And I didn't put sunscreen on before I left.
Nice
I didn't get sunburned.
You actually
surprisingly
didn't get too bad. Yeah. How's your neck? The back of your neck?
It's not bad.
Okay.
Like it's not peeling or anything. So
you might have lucked out.
Yeah. But I was like, I was about 4 miles in, and I'm like, I should have put sunscreen on because it was sunny. It was like 80 or something yesterday, which is crazy.
It was really nice. Yeah.
And then my legs, like above the knees, there's just like this much that's just red, and then the rest of it's not because you're like sitting on a bike. So that's fun.
I've definitely had biker's tan before. Yeah. That's for sure. All right, that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm waiting for where we consistently have nicer days. We get one day and then we're back to in the 50s, which it's not bad.
I don't care.
But it's not as good as yesterday, right?
I don't know. I either want it to be really warm where I am like forced to wear shorts and like a cutoff shirt because it's so hot, or I want to be able to wear a long sleeve. I don't want it in between. I like wearing long sleeves. I don't know. They're nice.
I do not.
I enjoy having long sleeves on my shirt. Mainly because then I can wear a flannel. And I don't know. I like wearing them. But
all right. Let's move on here. I think it is story time with a little C featuring Little C. Now here's Little C with story time.
I'm Little C, and this is story time with Little C. So when you join a Minecraft SMP with the plan to base with someone else who already has a base set up, you should ask them where it is, so you don't end up walking 15,000 blocks in the wrong direction.
That was story time with Little C featuring Little C. I'm not Little C.
No, I'm not Little C. And I'm Little C. And I'm Little C Live. Little_C_gaming.
Thanks for listening to Storytime.
There's a lot of Little C variation.
Little C. All right. That was fun. Yeah, don't go 15. That's a long ways, especially early on, though. That's pretty far.
But it doesn't take that.
Like you said,
walking's easy.
I'm assuming that was the Java one you were talking about. So you had tons of animals and stuff spawning. So food, it was
made
not
a
a problem.
smoker. I mined in a cave a little bit. Got like
so do they
armor.
have like one player sleep on it?
Yeah, it's one player sleep.
Yeah. So that's not that bad then. All right. So everybody's favorite part. Everybody gets so excited for this.
What? Huh? What? Oh yeah. The past week of Minecraft nap time. All info from Minecraft.net.
Minecraft Java Snapshot 25 W16A. Yay! See how exciting this is?
You gotta calm it down a little bit, BS. Some of us are trying to sleep over here. You gotta calm it down.
All right, this one came out Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. We have changes here. The data pack version is now 73. Resource pack version now is 57. All right, they changed leash mechanics. Changed elytra so that while gliding, using a firework will only be used as a boost even if placed on a block. Clouds now exist all the way to the horizon. All right.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really cool change.
Okay.
The clouds, it just looks nice.
Oh yeah.
I saw a screenshot of the before and after, and yeah, you can just see the clouds forever kind of thing.
It's pretty nice.
It makes it a lot more seamless.
Yeah, I gotcha. So I guess I don't know if I've paid that much attention.
I didn't
to
either.
That clouds
I never pay
ending.
attention to it, but then I saw the the screenshots next to each other, and I'm like, I think I noticed that.
Right.
Like I feel like something feels nicer.
Nice. So that's cool. Just kind of quality stuff, right? Just quality of life type, just visuals, I guess. Nice. Reverted the fix for MC 101556. Nether portal teleport range is too large, equivalent to a full block. All right, developers note, after consideration, we have decided to revert this change as it came in quite late in the snapshot cycle and unintentionally broke some functionality that our community were relying on. We'd like to revisit this at some point when we have time to deal with the issues that showed up due to this change. All right.
This is awesome.
The leash changes?
This is awesome. All
right. Leashes
so cool.
Are now rendered twice as thick to match Bedrock.
Okay, boring, but also Java copying Bedrock. Whoa, that's crazy.
Leashes can now be used to leash two mobs together.
Yes, this is so great. You can put mobs together.
What?
So let's say you have...
Oh, no.
And you know what you can do? You can have two boats linked together. You can have boat caravans. And
can you leash a boat in Java?
Yes, you can now. They changed that a little while ago.
Nice.
So, you know when hold on, let me read ahead a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So, you know in the Minecraft movie?
Yeah.
How they had these Ghast flying with hanging boat like platforms.
Yeah.
You can do that. We have bomber jets. We have bomber jets now. You can put a creeper in a boat, get your happy Ghast, leash a boat to the happy Ghast, and then drop the boat. They won't take fall damage in the boat on players. Minecraft SMPs are about to get awesome.
This is gonna be fun. Okay. All right. Sneak interact on any mob while holding a bunch of leashed mobs will leash these mobs to the interacted entity. You now cannot leash anything to itself. Wait, what?
You can't leash anything to itself.
Okay.
Like you can't leash a horse to the same horse.
It's just weird wording.
You're not going to wrap the rope around him.
That's probably a good thing. You know what? I do want to point out, if we weren't doing changelogs, we would have had this great conversation.
If we didn't have changelogs, I would have brought that up because I saw it. It was awesome.
Releashing an entity would result in immediate leash snapping due to distance. The releashing would not happen. Leashes can be snipped from an entity when interacting with them with shears. This applies to its own leash connection as well as all entities attached to it. Dispensers can now snip leashes from entities in front of them when they are equipped with shears. Improved leash mechanics with reworked leash physics, allowing for more stable leash connection, especially when leashed entities are not on ground.
Which means it's easier to fly with them.
Nice,
which is also just nice because when you're trying to transport stuff like villagers, we can airdrop villagers. Heck yeah. BS, you're bringing back the villager delivery service once this update comes out?
Hey, that might be a thing. I'll just drop on my happy Ghast, right?
Happy Ghast, you know.
On my happy Ghast.
You'll be dragging around a bunch of villagers, dropping them from the sky.
Oh, dude, this is going to be fun. When dragged on the leash, leashed objects will now orient themselves towards the leasher. Using a firework rocket when flying with leashed entities will now break the leash connections. When leashing an already leashed mob, the current leash will now snap and a player will releash the object to yourself. You cannot steal leashed entities from other players. Interactions with a leash knot and fence blocks have changed. When interacting with a leash knot or a fence block, if there are any player leashed entities in range of the leash knot, they will be released to the leash knot or a fence block. In case of attaching of mobs fails due to distance or there is nothing to attach, the player will now transfer all fenced leashed entities to itself. If there is nothing left attached to the leash knot, it disappears. Sneak interact can only result in attaching of the player mobs to the fence. Interacting with shears or punching the leash knot will result in all current connections broken. Man, there's a lot of details with leashes that you don't think about. Boats and large mobs that can be leashed but cannot fit in the boat, horses, donkey, mule, camel, and sniffer, can now be leashed in a special 4-leash configuration to the Happy Ghast.
Which is awesome.
That's amazing. Happy Ghast will also present a custom layer when it's leashing something using a quad connection. Leashed and quad connection are now rendered without slack. Leash snapping distance has been changed from 10 to 12 blocks.
That's good. I get so annoyed by that when I'm dragging stuff around.
Yeah, they do break a lot. The distance between centers of entities, bounding boxes, rather than their feet, is used to determine the distance between two leashed entities. Happy Ghast leash is now longer, with free roaming distance of 10 blocks and leash snapping at 16 blocks, and many more. Nice. You can always check out the rest of the changes, but a lot of leashing.
Now I wish you could put wardens in a boat or leash a warden, because imagine dropping wardens on people. Imagine the fun I would have.
Darkness.
I would have so much fun on Jericho. Just Holy Bookworm's live streaming. Just drop a warden on our house.
We may need to revise the commandments in Jericho.
That would be such a cool thing. But sadly, I don't think you can. You can't leash wardens, and you can't put them in boats. So we can't do that. But you can do it with creepers.
Oh, man. This is not good.
Hey, it's not griefing. I didn't blow it up. It wasn't me. I didn't place any TNT. I just happened to drop a boat. Whoopsie.
I think that
oh no,
we may need to revise.
My bad.
We might need to clarify.
Just put a rule at the bottom. Little C and G bow, stomp it.
Right.
Just
no.
Whatever you're doing,
just no.
Just no.
Oh, all right. All right. They also had a Bedrock beta preview. 1.21.80.28 came out a little bit later that day, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. The note here, the features outlined in today's article, unleash your imagination. And there's a link there. So, yes, we have a link in our description of the podcast, by the way. It should be there somewhere. Should take you to all the changelogs if you're interested in all the details. All right, features and bug fixes. Blocks, dried Ghast blocks no longer generate with the drop to 2025 experiment turned off. All right, bundles empty. Open bundle icon now renders correctly when bundles are tapped with touch controls. Stability in performance fixed bugs causing marketplace add-on content to sometimes not load in a world. Realms, realm server hosting region preference selection added a new advanced tab to the realm settings screen. In the advanced tab, realm owners can select which data center region they would like to host their realm in. Options include a list of regions or allowing the realm service to automatically select the best region for the realm owner or the first player to join the realm in a given session. Note that this selection is a preference only, and due to server capacity, your realm may be hosted in a different region than selected. In that case, the next closest region to your preference will be selected. Added a message during joining a realm to indicate which server region your realm is assigned to for that session, and more information will be shared about realm server hosting with the next full release. There is a known issue. The set region help article has not been published yet, so that button will link to the Minecraft help site homepage and many more. And without me going to that link for the Unleash Your Imagination, I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the Java snapshot stuff. I'm sure they're bringing that to Bedrock at the same time, because it does seem like it's very tied to what they want, what they imagine with the Happy Ghast when they bring that in. All right, that's it. That's the changelog.
Yeah.
See, was that so bad?
Yes.
That would be a very short nap. I'm just saying.
It was. That's why I'm still tired.
All right, that was fun. I think the changelogs.
So you like the Happy Ghast?
The Happy Ghast?
You like the being able to lead whatever the heck you want that fits in a boat?
I like the idea. I do like the idea.
The amount of trolling that's going to happen is going to be awesome.
Well, that.
What about leading animal stuff together? Like two boats together is what I've seen the most.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And wasn't the minecart thing? Isn't that a thing now or coming where you can link minecarts together like a train?
I thought maybe.
So I like that idea.
Which I saw a thing on Reddit that you can make a train with the Happy Ghast. You put them in a minecart, and then you can have 4 people in each like train car.
Oh.
So you have a little train with the Happy Ghast. And I saw him.
I can't imagine a Happy Ghast fitting in a minecart, but that's Minecraft.
Imagine you save this creature out of the nether, bring it to the overworld, bring it back to life, and turn it into a train. I love all the memes that say, dude, I feel so bad for the Happy Ghast, all the stuff they're doing to it. And then it's the same players and then just absolute villager abominations.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, yep, that's accurate.
That's funny. All right. Let's move on, I guess.
Now it's time for
listener questions.
Our first question comes from Holy Bookworm. What game have you always wanted to play but never gone around to it?
Well, I would like to spend a way more time on just playing games, like in general.
Yeah,
There
that's fair.
really aren't any games out there necessarily that I can think of off the bat that I haven't at least played a little bit of. Um, like most games that I've wanted to try, I've played. I can't think of anything new that I'm like, oh, let's play that. Maybe the Nintendo stuff, right? The new Zeldas or something like that.
Like Switch games.
Yeah, Switch games.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. Maybe, but I would like to go back and play through something, let's say like Fallout 4 and actually play through it at some point. But dude, I can't commit that much time anymore, which is really sad. I thought, as a kid, I'm like, oh, as an adult, I'll have money to buy the game that I want and then be able to play. And
well, if you didn't have so much other stuff,
like a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe I can play Minecraft.
Maybe you'll play Minecraft once they quit the Minecraft podcast. That's crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. You little C.
I have a long list of games that I want to play, but cough, cough, someone won't let me play. But other than that, like, there's a lot of games that I want to play. I'm just not allowed to. Like, so I guess that would kind of count, but that's also kind of different.
Yeah.
For games I have, I kind of want to get back into Stardew Valley. I played it for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
But also just I don't know. It's cool. It's fun. It's a good game.
Dude, the only game that I can really continually go back to and enjoy is Minecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where I'm not playing it at all, like this week, right? And I really don't have a whole lot of desire that I'm like, oh, I need to play that. But I can consistently, when I do, I go back to it and have lots of fun. It's the only game in my life I think I've had that much of it, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So Stardew Valley, I mean, I tried to play it a little bit. It's definitely the style of game that I used to play a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Pokemon, like the style.
Okay. Yeah, I see it more like old school Zelda games.
Same thing. That's the same thing as old school Pokemon games.
Yep.
Same style.
Yep. And I like that. That would be a game I could see myself playing for a while too. I don't know. All right, let's move on here. Next listener question here comes from Radio Guy. Little C, what is your daily routine? And BS, what is your workday routine and your weekend routine? Oh, I missed the second part of that, but that's okay. Little C.
Well, I set my alarm for 7:50. It goes off at 7:50 in the morning, and I usually don't get up until about 9.
7:50. That must be nice.
Yeah, I usually wake up and then I turn my alarm off every day, and then I regret doing that every day. Then I don't get up till 9.
Can I just hit the snooze and then it goes off again in a few minutes?
But then I'm just annoyed by it, so I end up turning it off anyways.
I actually have mine, so when you turn it off, it automatically plays again in 5 minutes. Unless you physically go in and turn that part off too.
But then I get around, take a shower, do whatever, and then do schoolwork for however long that takes. It just depends on the day what I do. Like, I don't really have a consistent set. It depends on the day of what I do during the day and when I do it. Like, my schoolwork and stuff's very fluid, so if I have something that comes up in the morning, I can do that, and I just do it later. So I don't really have... I have a boring life and not much of a, set routine.
So, my alarm goes off at about 6 a.m.
Yeah, sucks to be you.
Yeah. And I leave for work around 7:10 or so. And then I'm usually, the time your alarm's going off is when I'm usually arriving at work, about 7:50. I work basically 8 to 5 with an hour lunch in there. My days are different though at work,
Yeah.
right? It depends if I'm traveling or if I'm staying in the office. If I'm in the office, I'm usually help desk tickets coming in. You kind of got to stay around your computer and watch for notifications coming in. You got to be attentive to that. You get a ticket come in, you got to deal with it. Half my day feels often that I'm just clearing emails out because I get an email for every ticket that comes in, whether it's mine or not. So I spend a lot of time doing that because you still got to read it, make sure it's not something that you need to look at or look into. Now, if I'm going out and about, usually I grab my stuff at work, load up the company car, and take off with whatever it is, whether it's a computer or a receipt printer or whatever. Then I go off and do my thing. Those are my favorite days. That's what I love to do the most.
I
But
guess
yeah, I mean,
the one day that I actually have to wake up would be Sunday. That's the only
Yeah,
day that I actually listen to my alarm.
right? So yeah,
Yeah,
and then
for weekends
the other part of the question, the weekend routine. Well, it changes. Saturdays can be weird. Sometimes we have like a breakfast we go to,
Yeah.
which actually was today. Totally missed it. But sometimes we do that and get up. But like today, I woke up. I got up, fed our pets. We usually try to feed the pets around 8 in the morning. So I got up, did that. I went back to bed.
Yeah.
After I fed them, and I slept till I don't know, like 10 this morning, which is not like me even on the weekend. But I guess I was tired from the week. And
Yeah.
then Sundays though,
Sundays are chaos.
are. I mean, we got to be
I wake up
at church. We're there by
Yeah.
7:45 usually, around there, and then we're not leaving till afternoon usually.
Yeah. And I usually wake up way earlier than I need to on Sundays. Like I wake up at 6:30, which I don't need to wake up that early. But when it just gives me time to actually wake up and be mentally awake to do stuff.
Yep.
And also sometimes, usually I'll remote into one of the church computers and get some stuff prepared before I get
Makes
there.
sense. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of it's just giving me time to actually wake up.
Yeah, think about it. And because we do, we have to be focused. People are relying on us to make the sound and make the video and make it all good. But yeah, so, and that's usually Sunday. And then every other week, roughly, is
every 2 weeks.
You know,
but yeah.
Which is every other?
No, 2 weeks in between.
Not always.
But it's
anyways, twice a month.
Yeah.
There are Sunday afternoons that we have community group stuff going on. And so we do that too. And then we start the week back over and back to work for me and back to you sleeping till 9, it seems like. So, yeah.
And I only have like
now when I get home from work,
school days.
When I get home from work in the week, like I feel like there's not enough time.
Well, you just gotta do stuff. You get home at what, 6?
Yeah, but then we're eating dinner.
Okay, well,
usually till about 7-ish.
Make that less time.
Yeah,
I mean, just watch an episode of TV and then go do your own stuff.
Right. And then
stop falling asleep on the couch, BS. This is the
part
thing.
of it too.
You complain about not having enough time to game. The reality is you're just taking a nap on the couch before you go to bed. You gotta stop that. Stop sleeping so much. Drink more Red Bull.
Yeah, well,
wake up.
Catches up to you when you don't get that.
When you're old.
That too. I'm just so
old.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for those questions. I love those type of questions, right? Not about Minecraft, just random stuff. Family friendly, of course, but get those in. Make sure you get them in here in the next couple months. It sounds like if we're going to end this. Man, I don't know how I feel about it yet. By the way, we are on Spotify. If you're an audio only listener and you want to see our pretty faces,
you really don't.
We do have video available.
But hey,
it's
go
on
listen
Spotify.
on Spotify. Take a look at us and then turn off the video. You can do that.
You can do that too.
So that's probably
just listen to us.
That's probably the biggest use of that feature is our podcast specifically. Turn it off.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to look at this.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. That's the end of the show, right?
No, we got to do Holy Bookworms joke of the week.
Where do boats go when they are sick?
To the dock. As in doctor.
Yeah, no, I got
Okay,
it.
you
I
look
got it.
confused,
I don't know. Yeah, to the dock. Yeah. It's okay.
Not the
All
best.
right, thank you, Holy Bookworm, for giving us those jokes every single week. She is amazing with that. Oh, by the way, check out her live stream. I don't know if she did it last week or not. I kind of forget. She tries to do that, or I don't know if she'll be continuing the noob corner while we continue doing this or not. But make sure you give her a shout out on our Discord. Tell her how much she is your favorite host of the block party. All right, let's move on. It's time to go. So thank you for listening. Go subscribe. You still can do that. Help us in these last 2 months or so. Let's go out with a bang. Let's see if we can hit that 15 subscribers. If we do, we very well may reconsider ending the podcast. So that would be awesome. TheBlockPartyMC.com.
Got thoughts or questions? Reach us on Discord or at contact@theblockpartymc.com.
Thanks again for listening. I'm Bearded Sloth, and now I gotta eat my coffee.
And I'm Little C. Bye.